Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we have another Build My Life, and today we're featuring my first ever pet, Buster. He's a German Shepherd Chihuahua, and sadly the story starts a little sad. Anyways, I want to deeply apologize to my dog before we start because I'm not good at 3D modeling anything that resembles life. So he looks very cursed and very, he probably wants a new home after this video. Anyways, our story does start out a little bit sad. Me, my brother, my sister, we were all kids. We were outside playing in the front yard, doing our normal kid stuff. My grandma had to leave for the store, and we had a family dog at the time, and she loved to chase cars. Long story short, my grandma ran over the dog right in front of all of us. And yeah, it's a lot to take in and a very harsh way to start this story, but that is the beginning story of how Buster came into play. Needless to say, everyone took their period to mourn the loss, but our house did feel very empty, without a pup running around that place. Now, I think I definitely led the march in wanting to get a new dog after a few months passed, and I think I finally got everyone around to the idea of, well, welcoming a new friend into the family. And this is where the story of Buster begins. Now, me and my family never go by, you know, breeded dogs, like purebred, thousands of dollars dogs. We always go to the shelter because that is the real dogs that need some good loving. Every dog deserves some love, I gotta be honest, man. But shelters definitely are our first place to go. So we went to the shelter, and it's time, guys. We're going to look for our new pet, which at the time we didn't know what it was gonna be. But there was a bunch of different dogs, and hopefully they all found good homes. But guys, I saw this one dog. This one dog in a cage drew my attention right away. Now, of course, this at the time was going to be a family pet, but this dog right here is the only dog I was interested in the entire shelter. This one was where I stayed for the rest of the time my family was looking around. Let me set the scene. Buster, as we know him now, was small, but he's not tiny. They had him in this cage where he could barely turn around. I looked down as a young me and was greeted with his hams and tail first, guys, that's right. I couldn't see Buster's face. You only saw his buns, man, and he couldn't really turn around in his cage. Plenty of other excellent dogs barked and called from me all around this shelter, okay? But first impressions are key. Buster was the one, so I worked hard to get my grandpa to get him. After all, we went with the intentions of getting a big dog, and my grandpa wanted to name him Cujo. But you already know I needed this little German Shepherd Chihuahua that was standing booty first in the cage. I had luck on my side. We ended up taking Buster home, guys. I was so excited to bring him home. Sadly, 3 days later, Buster got super sick. I know. Very sad time. We took him to the vet, and they said he had parvo. Now, that's scary if you've ever had to deal with a puppy with parvo. Pretty much, he started taking meds to fight it since we caught it early, and we hoped. There was about a 50% chance of Buster living, but he did it. Buster was not allowed to let some sickness take him from his new home, I'll tell you that much. Now, as a puppy, Buster Brown was a character. I remember we used to have these pillows on the couch, and he'd steal them out of the house. You know the small ones you sit on the edges of the couches? Oh yeah, Buster the Menace would take them out back and go to town, to say the least. He was a nasty little dude, I gotta be honest. And sadly, the pillow got even nastier than Buster was. I remember my grandma used to get so disappointed when she found these pillows out back. He was quick with it too. I don't know how he managed to take them out of the house all the time. And to make matters worse, it wasn't like he didn't hide them behind the same tree in the backyard. Nasty little Buster pillows just laying back there. Now, as kids, we also had an obsession with doing things we weren't supposed to, just like most kids. We had a pool in the backyard, and rule number 1 was that Buster Brown was not allowed in the pool for any reason. Yeah, the number 1 rule got thrown out the window. Oftentimes, we would hold Buster, guiding him around the pool, and he's not a very good swimmer by himself, so you know, we had to watch him. If we ever got caught, my brother and I would tell our parents that he fell into the pool, and we were just helping him out. I know, guys, it's not, we don't condone lying over here, but listen, Buster Brown was trying to swim with us. Who could argue with helping the poor dog get out of the pool after he fell in, you know? Now, Buster started off as a family dog, and now he's mine. I guess we'll kind of get into that, trying to keep the vibe up. When my grandpa passed, Buster became my grandma's dog. Even before then, we had to break him out of their room. He was their dog first for the most part, but that never stopped us from getting him late at night. And then when my grandma passed, it was a whole event. I don't overly want to get into everything, but we had to go find Buster in my grandma's apartment complex after she passed away. Cause you know, Buster should have been a mini horse Jenkins, ended up running all around that place. So when we got the news, we had to go find him. My grandma didn't really live in a closed apartment complex. Right when you walk out of the door, you were sort of outside. But anyways, we found him. And just like that, Mr. Jenkins has become my dog. Even now, Buster will bark at anyone that gets too close to my space in general. Even my mom gets barked at. He's very protective and loyal to me. After my grandma passed, he was sure that I was his owner. But I think in a way, he was always my dog. As the story comes out, Buster was here for all of us, but I took him everywhere. And I've had to go some places. At one point, we weren't really sure about our home life, or a stable home life anyways, so if I needed to, Buster would be living in the car with me for a few days. And there's no chance that I was gonna give him away just for a few days. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Now, when I went to Norway, Buster Brown was so excited to see me when I came home. My boy honestly could have stressed himself out with the excitement at the moment. He's honestly the best dog anyone could ask for. Now, altogether, I've had Mr. Buster Ferrito Brown Jenkins for a solid 13 years almost. He's more energetic than ever, still playing fetch in the backyard and cuddling hard at night for bed. If anyone dares step too close, the killer will take him out. No, he'll just bark until they think twice. I've made sure he's had the absolute best life he possibly could, even when I didn't have the best life to give to myself. And I don't think I would change anything about him or have any other dog in my life. Anyways, guys, that is gonna wrap up Build My Life number 2, the story of Buster Should Have Been a Mini Horse Burrito Brown Jenkins, the killer, the menace, my dog. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.